Well, good evening, everyone.
How you doing?
Good. Welcome, everybody, to Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Is Greg Elsing, myself, and Ryan Zellick around tonight. How's it going, Ryan?
Good. I was still feeling pretty good after that win on Saturday, John.
Yes, I'm feeling really good. Yes.
Still riding high. You didn't
Still
do the
riding.
point race for him, did you?
No, I think he had that buttoned up without me, but probably didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Jason. He called me up before we went down there and told me to bring my fire suit along that I was going for a ride. So I did, and I got there and did the quick once over with him and adjusted the seat and the belts and went up and announced, and I run from an announcer stand, jumped in it, and had enough time to get strapped in, and we fired up, and it was over.
Pretty good ride. You did a really good job. It was a nice, smooth pass.
Well, thanks. Yeah, that's the unknown. A lot of the people watch all the time. You see guys like you drive, Greg, all the time, and everybody drives. It looks real easy, but when you're in the seat and you got to put all that together and really, really think about it, you got to concentrate to make all that happen, and not knowing where the clutch is going to come out and how it's going to react, So, yeah, I was very pleased with it. I think Jason was too. So, can't thank him enough in the Vinnies, and that was awesome. Not very often you get a chance to do something like that, and I've been blessed.
Right. Yeah, everybody doesn't know how hard it is. The throttle, your foot control, and everything all has to work together when you're taking off. And then jump into somebody else's tractor. That's a big deal to do that.
Yep. Yeah, and he told me before he went that got a floater in the clutch that's sticking, so it's going to want to creep out on you. So I had to hold the brakes in and hold the clutch in at the same time to keep it from creeping. So.
Yeah. It's the end of the year. Everything's getting wore out.
Yep. Yeah, everybody's got equipment on the last thread, so let's make her work one more pull.
Yeah, get her down the track. The bad thing, is Friday. I feel sorry for the guys in the limited pros, because Friday night they got the sled broke. They didn't get to pull, and then Saturday night it rained and they didn't get to pull again. But John Cooch kind of had that wrapped up. So it really didn't matter. But still, everybody wants to get down the track a couple more times.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that and have one more shot at it, and at least make a pass.
Yep.
And when the points are close, they really want to pull, to settle it out, one way or another. We settle it on the track, not in the pits.
Right. And I think all the close points race guys did get a chance to settle it Saturday, I believe, right?
Yeah. The two closest was their light limited and the pro stock diesel trucks.
Yep.
And there was an outside chance for John Meyer Jr. that they would have ran twice this weekend.
Right.
But, it would have a lot of stuff he needed help. Needed a lot of help.
A lot of the stars would have had him in the right spot for all that to happen.
Yep.
But it's happened.
It has, yeah. There's definitely enough vehicles in the 4-1 class. You never know. But.
Right. Well, we had 19 Friday night in Viroqua, right? 19 limited pros.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty good track.
Yeah, Viroqua, they did a really good job there, and I think that would have been a fun class if we could have gotten through it on Friday night.
Yep, we're starting to get a little bit of a bump in the middle, and I think that's kind of why the sled broke. Just about 100 feet, I was getting a bump there, and I think that's probably what did it. But who can say?
I think it from what I heard, it might have been a little bit I don't think the clutch was in gear. From what Johnny accidentally didn't. There's something that he had to do. He was talking to Mark Eastman before, and I've seen it a couple times on a couple other sleds. If they don't do something right with the box, and it wasn't, and then it broke the chain because of it.
Right. He told me the chain hit a valve and broke it off. He lost his air pressure, and the clutch wouldn't work then.
Yeah.
Yep. The chain bounced through the hole, and it was going up, and it must have hit something or a valve or something. Who knows? Whatever. But
Yep.
It's a piece of machinery. It's going to break. Everything is built to break.
Yeah, we had 67 hooks and 4 classes on Friday night. If everything would have, that's a lot of hooks for 4 classes.
Yeah, we had 14 super farms, 14 or 15 diesel trucks, and 19 hot farms or 20 hot farms, right?
20. There was over 20, I think, both days for hot farms, and then 19 4-1s on Friday night, and 23 down in Monroe, 22.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
But
20 farms, I think 21 limited pro stocks for Saturday, I do believe.
Right. We had 11 pro stocks, I think, too, right?
12 pro stocks.
12 pro stocks, yeah. And then, one 5-inch pro stock, but
yeah, he's in the pro stock class.
He was in the pro stock class.
Yep, and he didn't get last, I don't think.
No, he did not get last.
Yep. I think every one of them drove him off the track that day. Well, Brandon Coates might not have.
Yeah, he was having a little bit technical difficulty. Or did he have a turbocharger go on him?
Turbo and injector, I think.
Yeah, it sounded like an injector or piston or something to me, but who knows?
That was about 100, 150 foot on him, unfortunately.
Yep. But
yeah, a hard day.
Yeah, I think both events, what we did get in was really good.
Yeah, I think Viroqua had their best crowd this year. It looked like too.
Yep, that's what they said. They were happy. They want us back next year. It's on the 13th of September next year. So I think that'll all be good.
I think they'll both fall back. They'll be able to do back-to-back again next year, the way the schedule or the way the dates fall.
Yep, that's what Mark said too for Greene County.
Mark's going to keep it this weekend, the weekend that back a weekend from what they used to.
Yeah, it works a lot better for him. Because everybody's starting to harvest corn, and they're in the field a lot more. Another week from now, and you got to go when the sun shines, and you don't want to go to a tractor pull. Right.
Yeah, because Cheese Days falls next year, but it will fall on there's an extra weekend in September, I believe, next year. So
yep.
They get to stay up a weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. I don't know who was the winners Friday night up there. Do you guys know?
Jamie Lars won the diesel truck, so he swept the weekend, and then came 2 points short for the championship. So Ryan Funk won the championship.
Yeah, Ryan Funk. Yep. Did Ginterberg win Friday night?
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, Chuck won the Super Farm Friday night.
Yeah, Chuck and Jason put it out on everybody Friday night in Super Farm, that's for sure. And Chuck was the first puller, and I believe Jason was the last puller, so the track couldn't have changed a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think fresh cut tires always help. And Jason's cutting tires now. We'll have to go down. What's that?
Definite advantage when you get fresh cut tires.
It is. It's a huge advantage.
Yeah. But this tractor hooked right up Saturday. As soon as the clutch was coming out, it hooked like right away.
Yep. I was hoping that pros would have got to leave full Saturday because they didn't get Friday night, but that's what it is. I think John Coots wrapped it all up, and he had it wrapped up no matter what. I think John would have junior would have cars all in line to beat him, but John Coots won limited pro, I think, right?
Yeah. Yep. He was a champion in the 4-1 class this year. That's the second and third and 3 years for him. Is that right?
Yep, I think so. Yep.
Mike Meyer is the hot farm champion. And then Super Farm is Jason Vinny. It's back-to-back for him.
Yeah.
The Funk's back-to-back in the Pro Stock trucks. Pro Stock is Travis Wildman. Two-wheel drives, I believe, is Timmermans.
Yep.
And the Timmermans won the two-wheel drives in WTPA, too. So that camp really doing good this year.
Right.
Mark Wittenbach won the light limited Super Stock. And the Pro Farm was Nick Cunningham. That should have been all of them, I do believe.
Yep, I think you got them all there. Yep.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Zenz brothers, they they knocked themselves out and let Mark win the points. But that's the way it goes. Like, that's a disadvantage sometimes of having two vehicles in class.
Yeah.
That's about the only time, though.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Here's an advantage. Take two.
Tough gig. Tough gig. We'd definitely like to thank our sponsors that help us out with Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Farm Street Toys, Matt Castor. And Matt Castor donated money down to down at the Greene County Fall Nationals for the 50-50 raffle. So there was the first place prize was the money they had. The second and third, he donated money to. So $300 for second and $200 for third place on both 50-50 raffles. So kudos to him for helping out and helping out there, helping out here. So
and we should mention Andy Cartwright with Light Pro Stock Championship as well.
Yeah, Andy Cartwright. It's in the bottom of my scribbling here as I got it all.
Yeah, yeah. When he said Matt Castor, it just reminded me of Light Pro Stock.
Yep.
Yeah. Andy
Casper Ag, we like to thank them. Trip Downing and Salama Enterprises for helping us out.
Yep.
Who won the Busch Light? Was it your boys, Greg?
Nope. They had tickets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Figured it had to be one of them clowns grabbing onto that and coming home.
They were trying.
Yeah.
Do you remember how much 50-50 money we gave out? Between the two raffles? That was quite a bit.
Yeah, it's $4,400 to the winner for the first one, and it was $3,046 for the second one. So that's pretty good change down there.
Yeah.
So you add that all together, and the other $1,000 in there, so you're at what? Almost $9,000 for everything. That's quite the raffle.
That's pretty good. They were out. They got a lot of people out there pushing tickets. It's
that dance team they have every year. That whole girls dance team. They come up with a bucket chuck full every time. So yeah, they know how to sell the tickets.
Right. How did our Badger State raffle tickets go? Get rid of
raffle tickets went crazy there too. Jack Spots, he kept feeding us up there, and his girlfriend was selling them, and she just about run out. He brought more tickets up, and we kept it going. So we sold a lot of tickets there, a lot of tickets. So,
right.
I don't know books, but there's a bunch that got sold. Had to be whittled down pretty good by now.
Yeah, I'm sure I still have Randy Brews on my dash. I'll have to sell them for him. But do you know if anybody wants, or we should tell them how it works here for Badger State Tractor?
Yeah.
That money, right? I don't think we've ever talked about that, have we?
We have, yes. So our raffle is drawn December 2nd at the Wilderness Territories. We draw it at the banquet. You need not be present to win. Only 1,000 tickets are sold. You must be 18 years old to buy a ticket. There's 3 prizes, so you get 3 chances in 1,000 to either win $25,000, $15,000, or $10,000. So that's a big chunk of change.
If anybody wants a ticket, you can either contact me, John, or Brian, and I'm sure we can hook you up with some. I have some left, but they are easy to sell.
Yes.
People really look.
I got to get over to Tom Gallitz because I want him to write my name on the ticket. That's one.
For everybody that knows that Tom Gallitz won the grand prize twice, and he only bought for himself.
So I'm going to go see Tom and buy a ticket from him and have him write my name on that ticket. And
right.
Good.
Right. I might have
work.
Kathy write it on because I think Kathy's the one that wrote him on there.
What?
You have time.
You got to write Tom Gallitz first, and then your name in parentheses.
Right.
So that way.
Yeah, really.
That's yeah. Announce it as Tom, and then everybody will be throwing empty cups at him.
Right?
Yeah, if his name gets drawn again this year, that will really look like a.
Here.
People are tickets, let us know, and we can get a hold of Jack and get tickets to whoever. I can get a hold of Jack too and see how many he's got left. Go from there.
Tell everybody what we do with the money that's raised for it, John.
So the money that raised for that, along with the money that comes from the benefit pool, all gets pooled together and goes to American Family Children's Hospital. Then there's also usually, and I don't know what's going. Greg, you would know what's going on this year, but we end up having some tickets donated to Badger basketball. Usually 2 sets of tickets by the Mike Paulson crew that usually donate to that, and we auction them off there at the banquet. And then last year, Chris Feller donated some Bucks tickets with parking. Don't forget about the parking. And yeah, we had quite the auction going on down there.
Right, one set of them tickets went for auctioned off for almost $14,000.
Was that the Bucks tickets? Because he has a suite at the Pfizer Forum, correct?
Yep.
I've been lucky enough to go to. I've been lucky to be in Dean's seats, and I've been lucky enough to be in Chris's seats, and they're both great. I'm telling you that. They're both great. Dean's tickets, court. I went court side, but they're like 6 rows up from the bench. I'm sure Dean's watching; he can tell us for sure. And I think they're right behind the visitor team. I think row 6. They're great seats because you can see everything right there.
Yeah. I don't know if we got the comments tonight, do we, Ryan? If Jason's not with us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he would have to be the one, and he's sitting at the airport right now picking up someone.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. He's at the airport.
That's why the comments have been popping up on the screen. You can look off to the side. So Colin Burkholz says Malders gets my vote for pass of the year.
Who does?
Frank Malder on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
on my phone, so it's not on there.
Yeah, you can look on your phone. You can look to the right and see the comments if you were able to zoom in. But I can run through here. Chuck Hop says, "Great season, guys."
Yeah, it was a good season. Overall, it went fast this year. I don't know if you guys thought that too. Within this year.
Yeah, it always seems like after June, and then you blink an eye, and it's September.
Right.
Yeah. It did go fast. I almost feel cheated. Everybody else is like, really? We're tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But even the staff, I think, we all talked to each other today. And, I don't know if you're in on that, John, a little bit. And then, and everybody, it was a great year.
Yeah.
Again, it's been a dry year. You usually get a lot of pulls. And I think we only had a couple rain delay. I think we got every pull in. None of them got canceled altogether, did they?
Just Baraboo got rained out halfway through at the fair. Yep. The showers worked, and then Super Farm at or what was pulling at Mazo?
Three Super Farms left to go at Mazo.
I
think. Yeah. Saturday night in Monroe, I think was it, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Out of what, 32 pulls?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Pretty good. And there's times that there's 2 pulls at the same time, same day. And to have the staff to be able to do that and go to 2 different pulls and make that happen is amazing. And it does take the whole army and it does take the whole family to make that happen. And it's just amazing how everybody jumps in and has their job, does their job well, and it makes for a great show.
It does. It makes things easy with good help like we got.
Yeah, Jefferson would have been like the closest to being canceled fully, but the Gallatin crew pulled that out of their hat to get the pull in.
Yeah, ended up being one of the better tracks that's ever been at Jefferson, I think.
Yeah, it was taking more horsepower there than ever, I think, that night.
Yep.
Where there's a way, and I don't know, when Tom's there, telling him he can't be like baptizing a cat.
Yeah. Yeah. So Next year, we're already getting phone calls for next year, guys reserving dates that they've had and making sure we've got them signed up. We've got a couple new guys calling, but biggest thing is, we can't do a lot of them because we already have something going on.
Right.
And
you run into that, and then scheduling for like tri-county is that way too. You'll get 3-4 phone calls and, well, we want you this date, and you look down through the calendar, you're like, well, we're already booked to another pull, so it's hard.
It's hard, and then guys want classes that I try to get the same amount of hooks for everybody. I really do. And John, you've been there when we're doing it, and we try. I want everybody to have 16 hooks. That's my goal, or
It's
more.
hard.
It's hard. It's hard to make that all work.
Yeah. The work that goes on behind the scenes and what you do all the time and is people don't understand. It's an everyday deal, 365. It's not just June to September and then whoop, we're done. And the banquet, whoop, you're done. No, it's all the time, never ending. You basically run a full-time business above and beyond what you do all the other times. So.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It is. It's busy. It's a lot of questions. I mean, we've got enough good people in place, as though I just kind of felicitate. Here now you send this contract to these people, and do this, and I do talk to everybody, but I don't have to do everything. So, and that helps a lot.
Yes.
Inventory is real good about getting stuff done. Again, we hired an accountant. I was talking to other clubs. That. I said, we finally just hired an accountant to send the checks out and doing all the, the tax stuff. And it's just done. We pay for it, but who wants to do that and be responsible for that?
There's so much of it, 32 hooks and all the people that work the shows and do all that, we're just a whole bunch of gypsies, really. You think about it, weekend to weekend.
Right. And you think every class gets paid down at least 8 to 12 checks. That's at that event. So that's how many checks you have to write for each buddy. And then all the staff gets paid for every event. So there's usually 6 or 8, guys working there, people working there, and they all get, that all has to be taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much to it. And, but yeah, everybody that takes a piece of it, and it's great to see too, if, one person can't make it, they got a wedding going on, all of a sudden they forgot about, the next person will jump in and take care of flagging or whatever, it's just one way or another, we make it happen.
Yep. And it's good bunch of people to work with and pull with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the competitors, most everybody there, if you were broke and they got something to fix your tractor, they'll give it to you to see you run. They'd rather beat you on the track than in the pits.
Yep. There was an issue in the hot farm class and with the sled, had some problems with it. And one of the guys that would have had to come back and pull couldn't because he broke something, and they were taking it off a pro stock tractor to put on his tractor as if we'd have got it in. If it would have had to happen that way, they were going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. He'd have put that big turbo on that hot farm, man. That thing would have been way out in front, right?
He definitely got the clock. Yeah.
If he could have spooled up one of your guys' pro stock,
right,
the turbos, that would have been impressive.
Right. It would have a big bump in his hood to get it in there, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
A little dent with the mall, have a little curve in the top of it. We'll get her to fit though.
Right.
Buff out the winter.
So back to the banquet here. Remember, I think we have that challenge. I don't know if it was this year or it was going to be for next year. Who would raise the most money for their benefit? That club in Missouri, and I forgot their name. You might remember, right, Ryan?
Yeah, that would be the Children's Miracle Network Power Pole down there, right? Is that who you guys are kind of doing a challenge with?
Yeah, I think it was. Which club puts that on?
So it's a Western Series pole.
Okay, is it?
And yeah, so it's down in Paris, Missouri, is where that pole is. And that's the same weekend. It's Father's. That pole happens on Father's Day weekend when we're at Macville.
Yep, it's a week after ours. Yep, and I'm guessing this year, we'll probably be at 140 to 150,000. I think. This is my thoughts.
Yeah, I think what I saw this year, they raised just shy of $90,000 for the Children's Miracle Network.
Yep.
Their poll this year.
Their
Wow.
goal was what we did, which our
Hmm.
goal is
They were really close.
yeah, it was really close. It was like $3,000 a part, I think, one time.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it gives you a little incentive to keep selling tickets and doing what you can do.
Were you guys still doing the pop tabs or the tabs?
I'm
Are you
saving
doing
them
that
yet.
this year?
Yeah, we're still doing it, but Brinkmeyer's kind of got that wrapped up all the time. How they get them, but
They do have an advantage of people.
16 drivers for the tractor, so they are friends that drink beer. So that's
Yeah, well, basically
Yeah.
the whole town of Warren.
Yeah.
we figured it out. We weighed a pound of the tabs. I think the kids did one time, and I think it was like 1,100 tabs, and then however many pounds they figured it out how many pounds it was, and it was like if you'd have bought all 30 packs of Busch Light, it was like 1.25 or 1.3 million dollars worth of beer.
Oh, holy smoke!
Yeah,
That's a lot of times.
that's a lot of beer, and
Wow.
every year to do that. Yeah.
That's all together, wasn't it? All of them together.
Yep, all of them together. Yep, all of them.
Whoever, the whole group.
Right, we fill a chemical tote every year with them. I cut the top off of a chemical tote, a 300-gallon tote, and
Yeah.
that's almost full every year.
Wow.
And we give that to the Ronald McDonald House, and that
Oh,
'cause a lot of families stay when they come to the Children's Hospital.
That's right. They collect the tabs, don't they?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get more money for the tabs than they do a full can.
Yeah, they say. I don't know. I see the check for the tab. That's
Yeah.
what I do. It's a special kind of aluminum, a bill aluminum. But I think you can put the bottle tops in there too. I threw a bunch of them in there and they didn't care. I threw them in there too. So
I would still think it would go off a weight, basically, correct, when they turn that in.
yeah, it just goes off a weight. Yeah. We gave away $20 in beer is what we collected in the tabs.
Just don't put any fishing lures in there.
Nope. It's sort of like farming. You know how it is, right?
Yeah.
And $10 to make $5. Yep. No,
It's fun though, ain't it? Weren't you going to charge me like $200 to come up and help you? I had to pay you.
Right. I said I was having fun. I should charge for this, and John offered he'd pay me $250 a day to do what I do. That'd be great.
Damn it.
Yep.
I'm like a steel trap, Ryan. He don't forget anything.
Right. Yeah. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out.
Yeah, $250. He wasn't messing around.
Right. That's tax deductible, who, John? That's
I get to pick semi and pickup truck I drive though.
Right. So
yes.
Talking about shop tours and stuff here coming up what are we thinking, guys? Getting after something? And people tell us what you like most. If you like going like to places like Feller's Shop where they're making them block, or Robbie Lemke's. I know that'll be a big one when we go there and do that. And I really think it'd be cool to go down. I think we can line it up to go down there and watch them make tires too. So that's kind of
be cool. That would be cool.
Yep, that's kind of my goal for this year, to get some of that stuff done. John, what do you have for ideas?
Yeah, I think do some more shop tours and then throw some of them bigger ones in like that to give it some flavor. We still got some, I think, in the backside there we need to get done and
Yep.
out to yet.
Yep.
So,
Right.
yeah, we get that started and in now that some of the pulling's done. That would be awesome.
Yep.
So,
and
it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
The cool part about it.
In the pits at the polls is pretty cool, and people come up and say, "Hey, Greg, how you doing?" And I really don't know who they are, and they say, "Oh, I watch your show," and I think that's really cool. So, man, people, I appreciate that. I know John, you do too, and Ryan. I mean, come on up and say hi and tell us what you like or don't like about the show. I'm fine with that.
There's a guy from Northern Illinois there. Shane was his name. And I went to grab something to eat quick in Monroe, and he offered to buy me dinner. And I said, "Yeah, you don't have to do that. Thanks. You know, I appreciate it." And he says he watches every Monday night. And he says, "I know you guys volunteer a lot of your time and all you have invested in it." He says, "I just like to buy you lunch." And I'm like, "Well, thanks. I appreciate it. But, you know, this is what we like to do. We enjoy this more than anything. And promote, you know, we promote Badger State, but also give people, you know, the backside of, you know, the shop tours and the pullers, you know, who's underneath that helmet and who their family is and what they do. And that's what I think, you know, peeling that onion apart is the good part about it.
Yep. And I like to see people's shops and farms. I do. And different things. Everybody's proud of what they've got, you know, and you want to give them the chance to show it off.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. So we got more of that coming, and maybe visit some of our sponsors too.
Yep, and we used some of the sponsor money from them guys and bought a better camera with microphones and stuff too now, so that all should come back to pay off, right?
Should, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yep, I don't know how to use any of it, but it's sitting there. That's Ryan's job.
Yeah, Ryan will be on the tour.
Right?
3-hour tour.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna get stickers for Greg's truck that says SS Minnow.
Right. Right. We can do that.
Well, I don't want to get, you know, stranded on an island.
Yep. SS.
We'll call for a ride.
If Ginger and Marianne are there, I'm in.
If Ginger and Marianne are there, I'm out. I'll be divorced.
Right. I go back to the old question: Ginger or Marianne?
Yep, the age-old question. So, are you the professor, or who are you?
I think you'd be the professor.
Oh, yeah. You make a good Gilligan.
That or the captain.
Yeah, Schultz could be Howell, Mr. Howell.
Mr. Howell.
Isn't it? Or Thurston Howell.
Thurston Howell.
He don't know shit.
Thurston Howell Schultz.
Wait till he sees this and we're talking about him like that, right?
Oh, yeah. He'll eat it right up.
And probably just hasn't shut the show down.
Yeah.
He's not here to put Greg in the quiet room.
We can all dress up like the cast of Gilligan's Island sometime and do the show.
Oh my god. That'd be the Halloween special.
Ryan, I think you could be Gilligan. I really do.
I could be Gilligan.
Yeah.
Well, it is named after him at least, so.
Right. Now we just have to find a Ginger and a Marianne.
Yeah.
Well, you could put Jason in a wig, I guess.
We could. Well, yeah. Yep. Yeah. That would be funny. We'll think about something like that sometime. Halloween would be a good one for that. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I can find a skipper hat.
Yeah, but you can probably find that at the Goodwill.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find a white smock.
Yeah. Yep. We'll work on that.
Think about that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Get the skipper hat and have SS Minnow on it and then BSTP underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot left to talk about tonight, so we do have to get some material rounded up for a show next week. So, guys, really send in some suggestions or what you'd like to see, right?
Yeah, I guess we can get some points champions on maybe here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely do.
Talk to them.
Yep.
Chat with them. And we should kind of thank some of our sponsors for Badger State throughout the year, too, that we haven't read through some of these in quite a while either, that come on board year after year, that are always there helping out. Rink Seed, Budweiser, Sussex Machine, Diddy and Billing, Sitco, Dutton Welding and Millwright, Mosier and Associates, Insurance Services, AC Agronomy, Baker Precision Plant Works, Insight FS, Gallant's Grady, also Hennessy Implement, Kwame Insurance, Nutrient Egg Solutions, Lemke's, Richie's Implement. Thanks to all of them that come on board year after year, and help out with our charity pull and throughout there, right up through the banquet.
Right. And that's what you can't do this with sponsors and be where we're at. So and I urge everybody to, you don't have to buy anything from them sponsors, but just say, hey, I seen your ad at Badger State Tractables and I am buying this. If you got that, just get a bid from them. That's all they want.
Yeah.
To know that that they're appreciated, and it's very important.
Yes. And all the fans, there's so many fans that come out to all the polls and they say such nice things. You get done announcing or on your way up to, and so many great fans. It's just fun to see everybody and the kids that come and the families that come. It's great. It's great. And that's what I miss from now till we start pulling in June again, seeing all those people coming and enjoy the night.
Yep. I'm the same way. When we get done pulling here and we all get in the fields and talking, and I talk to other pullers when we're harvesting and stuff, and everybody's goal is to get the crop in before the banquet. Before the banquet. I mean, we finished the night out before the Friday of the banquet. I don't know how many years in a row the boys and I were working out till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Just because we got to get done. It's getting too close.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably a pretty good start, or an early start this year with it being so dry, right?
There'll be a whole lot less loads of corn to haul.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
We've doubled the acres of corn we usually chop acreage-wise to get the same tonnage around us. It's you can say, people ask how many acres you chop. It isn't really the acres; it's the tons. We chop 5,000-6,000 every day, as long as everything keeps running. That's not. I shouldn't say that every day, but that's our goal every day. So we've been all right. I was in Viroqua. The boys, Avery went down and did some bagging for Jeff Parr in Viroqua 2 weeks ago, and I would have never made that connection for business if it wouldn't have been for Badger State Tractor Pullers or pulling tractor. And I have other customers I've gotten to, and I hope you guys have probably seen it too, and stuff you do, right?
Networking.
That's what you call it.
Networking. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. As long as your net is still better, it goes with your bottom line.
It does. Keep stuff moving. Yep. Equipment you need.
There's even thinking of our sponsors, they're diversified. It's not just one thing. It's, as you look down through here, insurance, Didion Milling, which has ag to do with it. Sussex machining for different things, and Budweiser for the celebration, and Rent Seed for the farmers with the seed, and insurance, agronomy, Baker Precision Planter Works, agronomy, Galax Grading. You need excavating and stuff done for, putting up grain bins or dairy farms.
Yep. Tom did a lot of for us over the years. Yep.
Yeah. Richie's Implement, Hennessy Implement, implement dealers that are on board that go through every year. And it's just, it's a diverse group that sponsors truck and tractor pulling,
Yep. All good. And they like to sponsor a competitor. If they like to help give back to somebody that might be doing business with them. That's their goal. Everybody has an advertising fund, and it's usually pretty hard to get them to spend that somewhere, and it is. So you have to go back and pay it back somehow.
Yeah.
And I tell that to everybody. I buy my pickups locally because I can't go in there and ask for sponsorship for my kids' youth football team if I'm not ever going to go in there and buy anything. And I've had people ask me for sponsorship for stuff, and I never see you. Why would I? You know what I mean? Why would I do that? I do some, you know what I mean? Because you get hit all the time.
Yeah.
But you have to show them something for their money, and that's key. They have to earn on it.
And they want to get the most for their money too, and by sponsoring Badger State 32 events a year for what they get for getting their name out there, plus our Facebook and all the advertising and that. It's just, it's a large amount, and it's good. It's got to be good for their business, and it's great for our fans that come too. That got some trusted people and go do business with as well.
Yep. So, all right, I think we can almost call it a wrap here, unless you guys got something you want to bring up.
I know. Is there anything else on there that anybody wanted to talk about, Ryan, in the
Let me
comments?
just take a look. I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Eric Vestbach for letting me use his truck to get the video board from Viroqua to Monroe on the weekend. Had a little mechanical issue with our video board truck.
Yep, it's getting all brand new brake lines put in it in Viroqua. Right.
Yeah. Luckily, I was just leaving the fairgrounds and I went to hit the brakes and went all the way to the floorboard.
Yep. I think it's called Smoky Hollow Repair doing it.
Okay, yeah, that's the local one of the dealerships up there.
Yep, I think that's who's fixing it. They called me today. I said, if anything you see bad, fix it. I said.
Yeah, they're really good people up there too. So.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Good. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Eric Vestbach, his first full season with us. He's a great guy, and I think the camaraderie when he pulled with us in Plymouth last year, he broke an injection line, and Vinny's had one in the trailer, and they brought it over there and said, "Here, put it on, run," and he made the run that night. I think, stuff like that right there just hit home, and right after that, he pulled with us full season. Come to the banquet and pulled with us all year.
Yep.
And he's been pulling a long time, mainly with the local group by his Southwest Wisconsin pullers, and pulled diesel trucks for a long time. And his dad pulled like farm stock stuff back in the day, and but really great family up there.
Yep. I met him. I don't get to meet everybody right away, but I've talked to him a couple times, and he seems like a really good guy. So, other than that, what do you got, Ryan? We good?
That's
kind of put.
No, but that's all I have. Just want to thank everyone for a great season, and look forward to the banquet.
Yep. Looking forward to the banquet, and everybody's welcome at the banquet. Anybody that wants a room, call up, or even just tickets, you email. It's on our website.
Yep. Yeah, anybody can come to the banquet. It's you don't have to be a puller or you're a fan and you want to come to our banquet. Come on up there and join in. We got a great meal. It's great atmosphere there. Band usually afterwards, and
if you wanted the after party, we try to get going between 7:30. Is that the goal normally, right?
Yep, and we usually watch the Badgers in the Big Ten championship. Not Iowa.
Yes, not Iowa. Yes.
But the way they're playing so far this year, I don't think they'll be.
It can only get better, right, as the season goes along. Hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's a new era. It's going to take a little while.
Yeah, it's a whole new scheme there, and I think it's taking them a while to catch on to it. And they've got the talent there to play the way they want, the right personnel. But
are you going to live stream the banquet, Ryan?
Yeah. Yep. The banquet will be live on Facebook again as well.
Yep. So.
Good too for the people that won't be able to make it and want to watch.
We'll have to talk about how you guys want to do your entrance again.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Stick with the Gilligan's Island team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never know.
Right.
That's the case. Christopher's Gilligan.
Yeah. He would make a good Gilligan.
Right.
He's about the same height and length, and
fitting a hat perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, a bucket hat. Yeah, we'll get him one.
Yeah,
a good one. Yep.
All
No,
right.
I think great weekend of pulling. It's good to see all the other competitors from other organizations come and support the Greene County Fall Nationals, and I think they have just as much fun pulling Badger State too. And I think all the welcome mats out by the gate and come on in and have some fun. And it's great to see all the pullers in the class that come there. That's just good time. Good show. Can't beat it.
Yep.
Can't beat it. Yep. So congratulations, all the points champions. Thanks all sponsors, all of our sponsors for this, and thanks for the fun and thanks for the memories. That's for sure.
I'd like to thank everybody that came and watched us all summer long and supported us at all our events. And I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you come back next year to everything. And I hope you tune in next week for what we babble about, right?
Yes. And you never know, might be lost on an island.
Right. We should do that. We need a sponsor to send us to a private island and have.
Yeah, I think Schultz Mortgage should sponsor a trip. You know, he's always going down to Key West, right?
Right. Jason Howell.
Jason Howell, yeah.
Jason Howell.
The third.
Well, you know, Doc has that house in the Fort Myers, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jason might be on by himself next Monday night because he's going to put all of us in the quiet room.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah. So we can head down there. Do it down there. I'm not worry about tax deduction first.
On the beach. Yeah.
If I ever make money, I'll worry about a tax deduction.
Yeah.
You know how it
All right. Well, I thank everybody for watching us, and thanks to all our great sponsors that help us out, and Casper Egg and Salama Enterprises, Farm Street Toys, Trip Downing for helping us out with Down and Dirty, and all the sponsors throughout the year, and all you fans that watch us every week. We'll get some more shop tours and stuff. So,
Yep.
Thanks again. Thanks again to the Vinnies for letting me have a fun ride over the weekend again. That was awesome.
Yep. That was fun. You did a good job again, John. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yep.
See ya.
Everybody being on there. We'll see you next week. Bye.